Thanks everybody for joining this call, and if you watch the replay, welcome to this 1-hour training. And in my mind today, I felt good, better, best. So if you email prospect, that is good. You know, you need 1/3 of the time work on getting new clients, because bottom line, you want to earn money and not only learning. So the second, what is good, what's better, is actually cold calling, but not everybody likes that. And the very best is, of course, that prospects calls you, and that is where silent prospector comes in. You can leave a voice message in the prospect mobile phone. They listen to it, and at that moment they can decide that they are interested in your service. Or you can do also, you know, if prospect businesses who has a client database, and they can run special. Like last week, somebody said, I do voice drops, silent prospector, for an AC company. They leave voice messages at customers to say, hey, your AC system is due. Can you please schedule an appointment for a service call? And they kind of do drip feed that. So a couple of clients per day, so they're not getting overwhelmed with all those appointments. But of course, how does it all work? A couple of years ago, you had those tools and it was very hard to implement. And just before the recording started, I already spoke about the 80-20% rule, and the next edition, what describes a successful service or a product is when things are made simple. So the goal of tonight is that you learn how to leave a voice drop, or even how to do voice broadcasting, and that is kind of new. So we have something new tonight, and I'm pretty sure you will be pleased. So if you go, it all starts with an audio, correct? So you have a list, contact list, which you can export from Lead Funnel Jacker. We will demo that a little bit later. Then you need a call ID, which will get shown when the voice drop message get left, and you can connect to the call portal, and we'll come back to that. Then you have an audio message, what is the voice broadcast message, what will left at the mobile phone, so the caller can hear your message and decide if they want to use your product or service. And it is so powerful. You don't need to speak with clients who are not happy. You don't need to speak with clients which are busy. They're going to call you. And just before the training start, I think it was John Botwell, he said, I got some immediate callbacks and have live conversation. Wow. And I've gotten some good leads from a drop I made. So it really works. So this works. Now, and you probably want to learn how to use this all. So the very first thing you probably want to go is help and you're going to create a script, okay? So you can script for social market here, Google My Business. There are several example scripts. Now once you are done with the script, you want to record the audio. Now we have three ways to record an audio, and that is one is new. So you can record the audio, and probably you have seen it. You give the name, let's say Jack Webinar, and you can press record. Hey, this is Jack, and I was looking for you, but sorry that I missed you. Your AC system is due for service. Please return my call at your convenience, and we will have our worker out as soon as possible at your convenience. Okay, now you stop. And if you are happy, this is not a good. So okay, so now you can save this. So that is number one. Okay. Now the one what is new is record a call. So how this work is, you can click on it, you enter your audio name, let's say Jack Webinar record call, and then you enter your mobile phone number, and if somebody wants to do a test, please do now. So enter your phone number, and then it will call your phone number, so you have to be available at this point to receive a call, and you just speak into the phone. So this has an advantage that it sounds very natural, and then you just make the call and you stop the call by pressing stop the recording. So this way you don't need a headset. Everybody has a phone and it looks natural. Does that make sense? So does somebody wants to do a test that you do just a kind of a voice broad message? Okay. So I got one number now. Okay, make a call. So you will get a call soon. And we are calling now John Botwell. And John, let me know when you are ready so we can listen to the replay. So now what happens now? The application is calling that number, like you call somebody else, and it will immediately say, please record your silent prospector message, and when you're done, press 1 or something like that. Then you leave the message, press 1, and when you're done, the call gets saved like an audio message. Are you done, John? Let me know so we can listen to the replay. So this is done, and let's see if it has saved. Did I save it? I hope I did. I didn't save it? I think it should save by itself, but this is myself, correct? Let's see. Jack Webinar record. Let's see if this. I think it was this one. I hope it is.
Hey, this is Mike. I'm calling about our plumbing service. Be glad to come and fix your pipes or fix any leaks you have. Just give me a call back at 1-555-888-1212. That's 1-555-1212.
Mike, was this yours? John, I mean? John, was this yours? Yes. So you see how easy it is, how natural it sounds. You speak into the phone and it looks very natural. So now you don't need any special equipment or whatever. You just call your own phone. You speak the audio message in it, and once you're done, you press 1 with the recording. Who can do this? Enter yes or no. If you can, leave a voice message. So do you agree that creating an audio message is now made so much easy that is not a block anymore? Okay, so the audio message is solved, correct? Audio message is solved. Now the list. Okay, so everybody probably has lead finder jack or the new leads prospector, or you can upload your own list. Okay, whatever you prefer, you can upload your content. But let's open lead finder jack for a second, because that is very simple. Okay, I don't want a new version. So if you go to campaign, whatever your campaign is, then you can export the results. Okay, you see export. Ever see that export? You click on that, and then you select silent prospector. Okay, and then you click on OK, and then it asks which niche you want to go and all those kind of things. Or you can create a niche, and then you enter a list name. How else says plumber list. Okay, and then you export it. Okay, and a phone list is created successfully. That is how simple it is to export a phone list into Silent Prospector. Now, who cannot do this? Everybody can do it, correct? You can either use local, base, world search, home advisor, whatever you have access to. Go to the campaign screen, click on export, select Silent Prospector, and click up OK. First, you run a campaign. Yeah, you collect the business via world search, local based, home advisor, AdWords, or unclaimed. So it doesn't matter. Then the next step is, after dig deep, if you want. It doesn't need to be, because you're not using the emails. You go to campaigns, you're going to export, and then you select Silent Prospector. Okay? This is easy, correct? It is just, you have to know how to do it, but it's easy. Same works for new best prospector, okay? So if you go back to here, uploading a list is easy. Now we have the contact list and we have the audio. Then the call ID. Now there are two ways. You can add the caller ID manually, but the far better method is to connect to the call portal. You enter username and password, and once you have it, shows all those numbers what you have and which you can use as caller ID. And I will explain a little bit after in a moment why you want the call portal linked to Silent Prospector, because let me tell you quickly, because you will be able to track the result. Now, then you can set a schedule, but the default, you can set a schedule when the calls goes out, okay? Nothing special. So if you use diesel repair, you can see when it opens and when it closes, and you can say, I don't want Sunday's call. So that's pretty easy. Now go to voice drops. You get start a campaign and you give it a name, Jack Webinar, okay? You select the schedule. You select the audio, okay? You select the start date. Let's say we want to start tomorrow. How many voice drops you want per day? Let's say we do 100. And Max Sports will say how many voice drops you want at the same time. One is pretty good. Active is that if the campaign is active, and then you can select the caller ID, okay? So you want the one from preferred tracked by the call portal. Then you select next. Then you select the phone list. Let's say diesel repair. And now this something new. You see this estimate mobile phones. So when the list has not been run, you give an estimate how many numbers are mobile and not. So if this comes from Lead Finder Jack, let's say you enter 10%, and then it will try to reach that 100 voice drops per day. So now we have scheduled the new campaign. It has 908 contacts. The start date is tomorrow, is running. Here it shows the progress. Okay, how much has been run. Status is active, and then once it's run, it will fill those stats. If it is connected to the call portal, you will see how many calls you get back and the percentage of it. This is very important because then you know that niche, that list, that voice message is working. So now you just, if that voice message is working, you can use it for similar list. Let's say we just recorded that audio message for the plumber. If that is really working, you know, you can use it for other lists. If you split test it with another list of another voice message, you you become to know which audio message is the best. Okay, and then once you get the call back, you can see all kind of stats and expand on it. Okay, vendor is list and enable landline. Okay, and how many calls when you get those calls. So all kind of stats you get back into Silent Prospector. Can I do this for the client? Yes, you can surely can do that for the client. Clients who has a client database which they might want to run for a service appointment or a special. What is the best way to find clients for voice drop service? So we already said service who has a client database and provide periodic service. Let's say HRVC AC companies, very good company to to offer voice drops, or septic tanks cleaning. Okay, so think about a service where what customers needs to have done on a regular basis. We send out to PPC prospects somehow. To PPC prospects you can send it all the time. So you collect with Lead Finder Jack those businesses and you leave a voice drop message. A very good thought. That is very smart. So once a list has been run in the database, it keeps track which numbers were mobile and which numbers are not mobile. So the next time it runs, if you specify I want 100 voice drops per day, it will be very accurate because it knows which numbers were mobile and which were not mobile. Okay? Now, everybody understand how simple it is? How many PPC clients can Lead Finder Jack pull? Oh, I think you get 10,000 credits per month, so pretty a lot. Can we download that data? I don't think so yet. We haven't I don't think we have a download created yet, but now it keeps track of that. Can the software detect a mobile number? Yes, it will. And it also detects if a number is on a do not call list. Do credits roll over? Yes, credits roll over. So you never run out of credits. Okay, so let me first, before I jump to the next big topic, would like to download to be able to give report to clients, as now we want to call that lines manually or not. Yeah, I think what we need to do is create a reporting module so that you can create a report, maybe web-based or PDF-based, so you have a kind, nice reporting system. You don't need to do a lot for that. So that is that's a very good thing. I will put it on the to-do list. So before I jump to the next topic, do you understand how voice drops works? So let me summarize it. You need a contact list. The contact list you can get from Lead Finder Jack, upload a file, or from the new Biz Prospector. That's easy. You need a call ID, so you want to connect it to the call portal, correct? And you can see how many calls you get in. Okay, so if you go to the, I'm not sure if still in the call track, you see here voicemail calls. You will see how many calls you get in when they come in, and then you can reply to it. Okay. Create an audio. You have 3 ways to create an audio. You can record an audio, what I did in the beginning. You can call your cell phone number and you just record a message, or you can upload an audio file. So creating an audio file is super simple. Okay, then you set a schedule and you start the campaign and it runs automatically. Does that make sense? Now, something new. Are you ready to learn something new? It's the next level. I have to explain a little bit more things. The voice drops works for mobile phones. So one of the comments I get a lot about Jack, 80% of the phone numbers which we collect from Lead Finder Jack are landlines. So we created Voice Broadcaster. Voice Broadcaster starts an audio conversation also to landlines, and it has more pieces and parts. So when you let me open, when you click on voice broadcasting flowchart, it's created today, show in folder, it's created today, this flowchart. Let me show it to you and then explain it. Everybody see this flowchart? Is this on your screen? So you have a phone list. Do you see this? Can I have a confirmation? So you start with a phone list and you start an outbound call. You're going to call prospects. Now the first thing what it will detect is this call getting answered, yes or no. So if that call doesn't get answered, we end the process. You see this? So you are done. If the call get answered, the system will detect, hey, is a human answered this call or an answer machine? And if it is an answer machine, then we leave a voice message, and we don't say press 1, press 9, because an answer machine cannot do it. We said, hey, this is Jack, and your AC unit is due for an service call. Please call 561-123-1234 to schedule a service appointment. Now, if it is a human, then you say something like that. Hey, this is Jack. Your AC unit is due for a service call. Press 1 to connect with an operator, or press 9 to stop. You see, the voice message is a little bit, the bottom is a little bit different. You guys, so up to now, everybody is with me? Either at this process up to far, so far. You guys like this process map, by the way? Okay, so you are now here. You are at the transfer point. Okay, either you press 1 and speak with the operator, or you end the call. Let's say press 1. Now the voice message, you can have an option that the voice message is enabled. Actually, you didn't want to speak with the prospect right away. You just say, hey, press 1, and the voice message enabled say, hey, sorry that we can take a call. Please leave a message and we call you back as soon as possible. That is the voice message. And now the prospect leaves a voice message. So once you hear that voice message, you probably can hear if it is a serious prospect, and you call those back. Or if the voice message is not enabled, then you take the call either within 10 seconds or not. If you take the call and within 10 seconds, then you speak with the prospect. If you don't, and once it is running, you're not always able to take the call within 10 seconds, and then it automatically leaves, okay, sorry that we can take the call, please leave a message. And then once you have time, you call that prospect back. Does that make sense? Enter yes or no. Ask me questions if I was a little bit too fast over certain steps. This works for landlines also, okay? Now that is, once you have this, you want to print this out, and then when you go inside, when you create a new project, you see this button, new voice broadcast or flow chart. You see this? And that is where the download link is. Now we fill in the blanks. You give a project name, webinar, Jack, voice broadcaster. Okay, you select a list, and let's say we do diesel repair. You selected a tracking number. It needs to come from the call portal, because once you get a transfer, let's say he wants to speak with the operator, it needs to go to the call portal. Cannot be a fake call ID number. Select the time zone, you select the schedule, okay, and you select when it needs to start. Then you say, I want 50, 100, 150. I want that many calls per day. Okay? You see this? Now, there's one option, and this is what I like. You can do first voice drops and see which calls were successful. But not all the calls are successful, and most of them might be landlines. And they say, but the who are successful, I don't want to call them a second time. So now you say exclude successful voice drops. So now only the numbers who were not successful get prospected by the voice broadcaster. Everybody understand this? How pretty smart it is? Got it? So now the project is set up. So this is the first step, the general things. Then remember the answering machine. You can enable or not enable. If you don't enable, it will just leave the same message as the voice broadcaster. But with the voice broadcaster, you might have an audio message, press 1, press 9. So it kind of makes sense to select to have that in place and say Jack webinar record. Or if you don't want for a test, you can also do text to speech. So instead of you using an audio file, you can also enter the voice. You can do a test call and test run, see if it all works, and later on select an audio file. Does that make sense? Outgoing message to be left on answering machine. You see this, how the help file is pretty good, up to date. Then the broadcast message, correct? You want to leave a message. Either you do text to speech, you enter the message, or you upload the message. Okay? So broadcast message to be played when person answer the phone. Everybody with me? Let me show the process map where we are at this point. Okay, we have a phone list. It got answered. Now we ask the question, is it human or not? If it's not human, we play the audio message for the answer machine. And if a human picks up the call, we play the broadcast message. Okay, and at that point here we are now in the setup. We can say press 9 to stop the call or press 1 to continue. Okay, now let me go back to the fill in the blanks template. Okay, broadcast message, you upload that message. So we are with the, then we go to the transfer settings. We can say if you transfer the call, connect with my number, okay? 561-123-1234, okay? Now, when they press 1 to speak with an agent. Does that make sense? Press 1 to speak with an agent. And then press 9 to add it to a do not call list. Okay? So, you have some other features. I want to know when a message get left, so I can I know what's going on. Okay, then the country code, I enter my cell phone number, and I can select the text message template. Enable email. You can also have it emailed. You enter your email, my email at gmail.com, and you select your notification email template. Does that make sense? So now the transfer settings are defined. You say, okay, once I get transfers, I want to have transferred to this number. When I press 1 and I press 9, it gets added to the do not call list. And then if I want, I'm okay to receive text message when things are happening. Okay, very simple. Settings to transfer a person to another phone number or to voicemail. Okay. Oh, remember, actually, I don't want to speak in the first place with those prospects. I want them to leave a voice message in the first place. Okay, so I don't need a transfer. Press 1 to record your voice message. 9, press 9 to add it to our do not call list, and you still can have this notification. So you remember, we are here in the process map, what voice message enabled. You see that? We are here now. So I can decide I never want to speak live. I first want them to leave a voice message and then I call them back. Or you say, as much as I can handle the calls, I want to speak with the prospects. And if I cannot handle the call anymore, it goes to the voice message. Pretty nice, correct? Okay, now once you transfer the call, you want to have a nice greeting message. You can either do, please hold on while I transfer your call, or you do a nice audio message. And then once it is, say, the voice message, then say, no one is available to take your call. Please leave a message after the beep. Okay, and we'll call back as soon as possible. You guys get it now, how those models work together? And you can use your total list. Once first you want to use the voice drops, and then you can use the same list to prospect via voice broadcaster and exclude the successful voice drop. So they only get prospected once. And you can always use the same list over and over again for another offer or another message. Okay, but the system keeps track of is the mobile or landline or whatever. What do you guys think? Did it all make sense now? How it all works? Kind of like this flowchart, but makes it all simpler to understand. You have a phone list, and then if it doesn't get answered, it stops the call. If it get answered, it detects if it is human. If it is not human, you play a message what is for the audio machine, okay, for the answer machine. If it is a human, you play an audio message, a broadcast message, and you ask them, do you want to press 9 to stop the call or speak with me? Then you kind of tricky, but you say, oh, if the voice message is in, please leave a message. Now you kind of have that option to say, I only wanted to speak with serious people. And you hear the voice message first and you call them back. But you can also say, I'm willing to take those calls as much as I can, but if they don't get me in the call within 10 seconds, they can leave a voice message. And if I can't take the call, that is the live call. So when you are inside the application, so let me go back. I don't know, maybe I can save it. So once you add the project, you are a voice broadcaster and you add a project. You see this button here? There's where there's a flowchart is. Okay, and then you just follow the steps. I would print out the flowcharts and fill in the blanks. Okay. Yeah, Australia is coming in a couple of weeks. I know. I wish it was already able yesterday, but it's coming. So I kind of prefer voice drops. I think it is a nicer, clean system. But you can only do so many calls, you know. You can only collect so many cell phones. But you don't want to waste all those landline numbers. And that is where you set up the voice broadcaster. Okay, now what I didn't have explained yet is if you go to the call portal, those voice broadcast calls, they will enter in the call portal and they will show up here, and then you can see how many calls you get back. You can call back and whatsoever. Okay, so that is where those calls land. Will be very nice when you see all this working. I don't know, John. Aline came in late. Yeah, Aline, if you come in late, then watch the replay. But it works together with Lead Finder Jack, provide the list, and Silent Prospector works together with the call portal. And we kind of make it easy to understand how this all worked in a nice flowchart. I think this will, it's kind of a couple of steps to set it up. So you kind of need this printed out and then it all makes sense. The voice drops, you don't need that flowchart. That is a kind of, you cannot do it wrong. But the voice broadcaster are the voice broadcaster are multiple steps. Okay, and you have to understand how it all plays together. Okay, you can also do a test call. So you can create a test call and see how it all works before you run the complete list. So that is also very nice. So you kind of have a good feeling before you start the campaign. That was pretty good, correct? Did you expect that when you came to the call that it was all implemented? There's so much implemented since the launch, and you all give great feedback, and we work hard to get all this implemented. Can we add our own MP3 file to the system? Yes, you can audio and can upload new audio. I think you want to do the WAV file, so you convert it to WAV file and then upload it. But you can always test it. You can do a test message. You can do a test call. So you don't need to be afraid that things not working because you're going to test in the beginning. Yeah, Leonard, maybe we can work together on it. Why you had that problem? So we have to do screen sharing. Hi Frank. Yes, it is awesome. So let me summarize this. So emailing is good. I and many of you still sign up clients with emailing. So that is, people are still reading email. A couple of you guys are pretty good to do cold calls. I don't like it, but it works. It's better than email. But the best is, by far the best is that the prospect calls you. They are interested. They are interested in your service. Okay. So you want to if you don't like cold calling and you feel you can follow all those steps, and I think it was not too hard to follow. You can watch the replay. You can go to help and tutorials. Okay, help tutorials, where the voice drops is add contact voicemails, call ID, getting started. Okay, and the voice broadcaster, what you do is you print out that flow chart. At that point, it is all easy how things works together. Now you put, let's say, 1 hour into it to set it up, and then you start with a niche, maybe with a service. You start with a list from 1000, you run it, you get results, and then you expand it. You analyze the results and you upload other lists and you multiply. Multiply it is kind of rinse and repeat at that point. And I know for certain that it works. So a couple of you guys on this training already confirmed that they had pretty good leads on it, and it works. So you have to. I'm not saying what you have to, but it is a very good way to get started and to sign up clients. It's not that too technical. I know it can be very technical when the interface is not great, but we all make it very easy. Any other questions? Did I forgot to answer your question? Yeah, I will look in. I'll send me support ticket. I will look, specify which campaign it was. Jack, when will the replay be ready? In an hour. On the replay will be on jackhopman.com, correct? Every week the same. Let's say, let me put the link in it. jackhopman.com. And if you haven't grabbed it yet, I don't understand why, but here is the sign up page. What if you get a press one for so and so when the phone answers? I don't know what you mean. What if you get a press one for so and so when the phone answers? I'm not 100% following, John. What about if I upload a list with duplicate phone numbers? Can you answer this now? Yes, it will filter them out. So if you upload a list with duplicate phone numbers, it will only save the unique numbers. Okay? Can my clients manage their contacts in their own portal, white label silent prospector? That is not implemented yet. That is a nice addition, I agree, Del. So that you can kind of create sub-accounts. That is the kind what you're looking for, correct? That the client working under you have a login and have their own lists. Oh, you get an answer that asks you to press a number for an extension. How does the voice system respond to that? Just hang up. It will not able to leave a voice message. All said, really nice work, Jack. Thanks all. Yes, I'm digging it. Yes, you are smart. So with that, I really appreciate you guys' feedback tonight, your interaction. I truly believe that you want to give it a try to sign up new clients. It is far easier to use than you probably had imagined. It all follows, fill in the blanks more or less. Voice broadcaster is a little bit harder because there are more steps to take. I do understand that, and that is why we created that flow chart so you understand the process, and now you kind of understand also how to set this up. And the beauty of this is you set up it once and you can rinse and repeat. Okay, so if you really want to learn something, stop reading those sales pages and put yourself to work and set up a sales machine for you. Okay, so thanks everybody for joining this training. I really appreciate your time, and I hope you take advantage of this really great client getting system. Thank you so much.